Hi, this is John for Outstanding Poker. I'm here with part two of this three-part Zoom series where I'm showing you the difference between playing just a normal 6-max game and a Zoom table. If you didn't see part one, then I'll quickly go through some points of the differences. On Zoom, players are playing a lot tighter because of the fast fold button, so they're just quickly folding and going on to the next table. It's more difficult to get stats on them because there's a larger player pool. It's difficult to get position on weaker players and keep that position because obviously you're changing tables all the time. But the blinds are a lot easier to steal, and if you saw part one, then pretty much I was just stealing a ridiculous amount of time and getting away with it. And that's pretty much how you're going to make your money and then hopefully get involved in some pots with some weaker players. I did get unfortunate with aces, but that's okay, that's part of the game. So yeah, I was looking at stealing 35% from the cutoff and I showed you a range, and then I said stealing 60% plus from the button. I think I was stealing more than that. I was probably stealing. I'll show you on this in this Equilab how many hands I was stealing with on the button. It was more like 70% that I was stealing. And then also we can 3-bet versus regs a lot more liberally because they'll be stealing more from late position if they know what they're doing. And then C-bet pretty much 100% versus ABC players because they're just playing the cards, and if they hit, they're going to stick around. But if they hit big, they're going to stick around. But if they only hit a little bit, then they're going to be pretty much gone. So C-bet tons versus the ABC players. And also, if a player does play back at us, he will more than likely have a stronger range than normal. So we'll go straight back to the video that I recorded earlier. Yes, so I'll just show you that range that I think I was probably stealing on the button. It was something crazy like that. I think I may have even stolen with 8-5 off and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think you can even go more than 70%. King 9 knowing the cutoff is fine to steal. We're probably going to get called by this guy. But then this guy goes all in. I didn't realise he had a short stack actually, so. But I still think King 9 is going to be strong enough anyway. So I just decided to float that flop because it's very difficult for him to hit it. And I didn't expect him to follow up, I expected him to check and then I was going to stab it and take the pot down. But obviously he bets again, so I think I'll give him a bit more credit now. This is where we haven't got enough stats on people. Let's just go back a second. Just going back to this King 9 hand where he went all in. I know it's only a small amount of money. We're having to call 15 to win 28, so we're almost getting 2 to 1. Let's see how our hand stacks up versus this guy's range. I mean, he's really desperate in it, so. You think he's going to go in with any pair? Probably. Any ace? Yeah, pretty much. And ton of Broadway. So, gave him a range that's pretty wide. And we're pretty much getting 2 to 1 versus that range. Just a little bit more than 2 to 1. And there's pot odds are showing 2 to 1 as well, so I think it was an okay call. Perhaps probably best not to. Wait a minute now. Just wondering about raising that flop. It's just so difficult to figure out these players when you've only got a few hands on him. It does look pretty aggressive post flop. I don't mind floating and then take it down on the turn if he checks to us, obviously.